Okay, I'm online. Why is it not saying I'm online? Great. Oh, we'll give it a minute or two and see if it actually works. Oh, I think it's actually working finally. Okay, good. I've been having a lot of tech issues. A lot. YouTube has not been working properly for me on my device that I usually stream on. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out next steps. But until I can figure out what the best next step is, I definitely have to continue to try to work with what I have. Okay, so let's $5 mini reading, 15 full. All right. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. It's beautiful Monday morning with Mercury vibes. How is everybody? I have not gone live yet on TikTok. I've been having a lot of YouTube issues, so I wanted to make sure I was up and going on YouTube before I started on TikTok. That's what I mean by Mercury. Mercury has not been my friend the last several days. I've been having a lot of tech problems across the board. So, yeah, that's a thing. And hopefully I've sorted through it. I don't know. And hopefully we'll be good now. So I'm going to go live on TikTok too. How are you guys? Basically, all my devices need to be upgraded. Like, I need new ones. All my devices, all of them. My Chromebook, my work phone, everything I stream on needs to be upgraded because it's not cooperating with the video software anymore. And it's not in the budget right now. So, but we're not gonna get into a whole thing about money. We're just here to hang out and chit chat and do some readings and talk about the week and talk about the astrology. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so it is the week of July 29th through August 4th. No, it's not. It is the week of August 5th through August 11th. Wow. Are we already in the second week of August? How? Wow. All right. So we start off this week with Mercury going retrograde on Monday, ushering in a period of potential confusion and setbacks. However, if you long to reach out to the one who got away, Monday or Wednesday would be an excellent time to do so. Good morning, you guys. Hello, welcome. We're talking about the weekly astrology right now. Come on in. We will be doing readings in a little bit. Tuesday is auspicious for work of an intellectual nature, but you could become easily exhausted when undertaking physical labor. If you bite off more than you can chew on Wednesday, you could soon find yourself overwhelmed and destabilized. But energy comes roaring back on Friday when mountains can be moved and piled up chores can be over and done with once and for all. Tips for this 5-star week. With Mercury moving retrograde on Monday, this week is all about the past, making amends with estranged friends and family, reconnecting with lost loves, and clearing out old duties before taking on new ones. The top event of the week is Mercury retrograde in Virgo. When Mercury is retrograde, even the best laid plans can go awry. If traveling for summer holidays, you may experience delays, cancellations, strikes, or mix-ups with reservations. Try to stay flexible and give yourself plenty of time for flights and trains. Good morning, Susie. How are you? Hey, guys. Hi, Medina. Welcome you all. Good morning, everybody. So that is, it's a Mercury week, which hopefully we'll all get through it in our own ways, the best way we can, because the energy has been pretty intense. How has it been for you guys? Because it's been crazy here. I may have to reset my TikTok already. I've been on for 1 solid minute and we're down to 0 views already. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the recap of the live that I did on Thursday for our members, but I had a ton of technological issues. Big time. So I couldn't get on no matter what I did. I tried to get on. Yeah. I tried to get online to stream like I had scheduled, and it just wouldn't. It kept saying I couldn't. And so I finally went on with a different device that I don't usually stream on because it's not a good setup. It's not a good camera. And it worked, but the camera wasn't working well. And it was like zoomy. So I realized that wasn't going to work. And that's the one that I've had issues with another job. So I was like, oh, great. So this isn't just this app now. Now it's doing it on YouTube, and it's the one I stream on TikTok. So I also need to upgrade that device as well. So I had 2 devices act up, and I'm streaming on both of them right now. Hey guys, welcome. But over the weekend, I put it on a credit card because it's not in the budget. I ordered a new cheap work phone, not expensive work phone, but I ordered a new one for it's a refurbished one, which is what I do now when I order phones. Like I buy Amazon refurbished ones, which are, that's what I meant, the live Thursday, not Saturday. Yeah. No, that's okay. Well, it's frustrating. It's in this day and age, and I sound old, but I take really good care of my devices, right? So the Chromebook that I'm streaming on YouTube, I've had since 2016. It was brand new in 2016. And the cell phone, thank you. That's okay. You can help by just hanging out and hitting the likes button. Welcome, Jasper. And I also do a free angel card pull. I'm just not there yet. Usually I just catch up with people on Monday mornings and then we get into that. But I do a free angel card pull for everybody that is hanging out. So the Chromebook that I stream words. This is gonna be a stream of Mel making up words all day. The Chromebook that I stream YouTube on is really old, 2016. It's 8 years old. And the cell phone that I stream TikTok on, which is the one that I was having the zooming issues, and I'm realizing it's becoming the phone, that I bought in 2019. And they're both in top condition. Neither of them, there's nothing wrong with either of them. I haven't broken any of either of them. I haven't messed anything up with them. They're in physical condition, they're in pristine condition. The thing is this is where we become so dependent on technology because and I'm going to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but bear with me for a minute. These companies, the big tech honcho people, they always release the next model, right? Every year there's a new model, and they want you to buy the new model. And I can't afford to buy a new model every year. There's no way. I actually still have a phone from 2016 that works, but it doesn't work with certain apps anymore because the apps need the more updated operating system. So that kind of pigeonholes us because it's well, if you want to, we don't care if your device still works. Our stuff is too advanced now for you to run the things on your device. And now your device is obsolete. even if you're taking really good care of it. It's almost pointless to kill yourself to take really good care of these things, because in a couple of years, they're not even going to work anymore. And that's where the problem is. Like I take really good care of my devices. So why? Yeah, I always end up buying like the best cases and like really great screen protectors, and like I take such good care of my stuff. And for what purpose? Like the phones, some phones now, brand new phones are like over $1,000. I don't have that kind of, I barely have 150 to buy a new phone, let alone 1,000. So I found a new way to get around all that. This is my cheat. I don't know, it's not for everybody. But my cheat is Amazon sells refurbished products. So I bought a laptop a while ago from them that was refurbished. It's worth like $1,500 originally, but I got it for like $800. This was a while ago when I first started my business. This phone, this is a Samsung S20, I think. I bought this last January. This is my personal phone. I bought it for like $250 because it was a refurbished one. I just ordered the same exact one to replace for my work phone. It was $170 because it's refurbished, because they're coming out with the Samsung S24. So this is actually a 4-year-old phone. So I don't know how, I'm done with buying the latest and greatest. I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm not buying brand new products anymore. It's like buying a used car. And they're certified. So if you have a problem with it, you have to be careful where you buy it from. But if you buy it from a company, hey, welcome. Hi, guys. Hi, Ty. Hi, Susie. If you buy it from a company like Amazon, it has like a 90-day guarantee. And usually you're going to see quirks if there's going to be a problem with it. If you're using it regularly, you'll notice if there's a problem with it. And the first time I bought this, I actually had an issue. They kept saying there was water damage, and I didn't get it wet in the plug outlet thing. So I couldn't plug it in because the phone wouldn't charge, and I had to buy like one of those wireless chargers, and I sent it back. It happened within like a month of time, and I sent it back, and I ended up getting a replacement, and it's been fine. So yeah, like that's what I recommend, because they just want your money. And it stinks, because in order to function, especially for somebody that works on the internet, like in order to function, you have to keep upgrading, because the apps and the programs don't like the old software, and the old software, like it is what it is. So that I had to deal with that debacle this weekend, and it was frustrating. So I want to tell you guys, so this, we started a new month, right? So at the beginning of every month, what is all this stuff on my table? At the beginning of every month, I start with a new deck for the month. So this month for tarot, we're going to do the Spacious Tarot, which I've never used online for you guys. I think I unboxed it, but I've never read with it on here. This was my most expensive deck I've ever bought. This was like, because I bought it right when it came out from the original authors, not from like a counterfeit one. This was, I want to say, like $65 to $70. I had to get on a waiting list to get this. And so I was like not using these a lot because I was taking really good care of them. My Schitt's Creek one is actually more expensive now. So this is going to be they're very pretty. They have a lot of like nature in them. So I thought for this peak of summer, and then we're going to do Magical Mermaids and Dolphins for our weekly and daily card messages. Because I was thinking mermaids, summer, dolphins, water, ocean. I don't have like an ocean deck. I should probably look into that someday, but for now, I have so many decks, it's insane. So we're going to do a mermaid card pull. This is one of those decks that's out of print. Do I have one of these decks for sale? I think I might actually have. I do. So if you like this deck, if you're one of those people that's a card deck collector, or you want to get an original print one, I actually have a sealed, never opened, brand new deck of this. I'm going to be posting. I have 3 decks of Doreen Virtue rare. This one isn't rare, but I have 2 that are really rare that are still sealed that I am going to be putting both on my Etsy shop and on my website. They're going to be expensive. I'm not sure how much I'm going to sell this one for. Probably 200 to 222. But because they're like collectors things now, like the ones that have never been used, the ones that are still sealed. So I'm going to. This one is just mine. Like this has been. I've had this one forever. So, but if you like this, I do have a flip through of it on my channel. If you want to check that out, go look at it on my YouTube channel. And TikTok people, I'm sorry that my camera is zooming in and out. I can't do anything about it. I'm in the process of waiting for my new phone to come in, so that won't be a problem much longer. But for the moment, we got to kind of just do what we got to do there. Anyway, how was your weekend, Susie? Okay, so we're gonna pull cards. Hi, Amanda Johnson, welcome. We're gonna pull cards for the week to see what to expect from the Oracle cards for the week. What's the message for the week? We got, this one wants to come out. How perfect, because it's Mercury. I need this message. This message, it's almost time for your event. Oh, not now. I guess I started too early. Oh, well, I'm not going to switch now. I got people in the room. Nice and sunny, gardening, and spent time reading, perfectly chilled. Oh, I love that for you. So this is our, let me fix the mirror. I always forget, and TikTok doesn't let me. Maybe in my new phone, it'll let me keep the settings from live to live. I always have to fix it. So we got the card of rest. Rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. And I am all for that. Hey, Keisha, how are you, hun? My words today, there's no words. Mel's making up words today. I don't know how to talk today. So enjoy the ride. But yeah, so rest. I relate with this so hard. I kicked my ass trying to roll out my Intro to Oracle course by the 1st of August. I had finished all the filming. I had finished all the editing. And then I went to upload it to my website and realized how much additional work I have to do to roll it out on my website. Hi, Marie. Welcome. So that's going to be released this week. I'm so glad that I didn't announce that it was going to be released officially on August 1st, because clearly it's not out yet. It's really nice. I do recommend, if any of you are looking to offer online courses, Squarespace has a lot, and their setup is really cool. And because this is my first one, I wasn't prepared. So there's so many things, so many features it's not just, you upload a video and describe it and that's it. It has chapters, it has lessons, it has extra links for additional resources, it has describers, it has different thumbnails, it has a lot of stuff. So, and you can modify everything to make it fit your stuff. So I'm still working on that part of it, because I don't want to just half-ass it and throw it up. When I roll out my next course, it'll be a bit more streamlined, because I'll know what to expect. This is the first time I've ever done it, and there was only so much I could get access to without fully doing the assembly of it. So I worked super hard, and my laptop crashed too on Thursday. After I had the live membership issue, I finally ended up having to give up and go on my private phone. I had a live membership login YouTube issue, and then with my Chromebook crashing, and then my work phone crashing. And then after all that, the laptop that I had all of my workshop or my course, my Oracle course that I'm releasing, all of that, everything saved on that laptop, the laptop crashed. And I just was like, thank God for good friends, because my dear friend Jelani, who I've told you guys about, my massage therapist friend, I texted him and I was just like, can you talk? I'm going to have a meltdown and I need you to talk me out of having a meltdown right now. And he immediately called me. So this is so true. This is so true. For those of you that might feel like you've been pushing hard, that you've been doing this could even just be, you've done so much this summer. packed in it for those of you that are in the Northern Hemisphere. I know a lot of people have packed in a lot of activities trying to like get a lot of fun times and activities in the summer, and then like they're burning out. So it's okay to slow down a little bit and take a breather. You're not going to hurt anybody if you have to do that. Of course, don't be negligent of your responsibilities, but I do feel like this week is going to be really important with just like slowing down where you can, being gentle with yourself, and just allowing things to play out the way they need to. I just realized I didn't put on any incense. How are you, Keisha? And everybody else watching, how are you guys? I am going to pull the Oracle card for the day, and then we'll do tarot. I am doing $5 mini readings and $15 full readings. So to get on the list, you can, paid readings take priority. So to get on the list, you can send money to the tap link that's in my bio or link pinned in YouTube. I'm okay. Wanted your opinion on the Lionsgate. Will you be going live for it? No, I won't be. Hey, Rebel. How are you? No, I won't be going live for that. I think I did at one point, but years ago. I'm not like... I may have done a video. There might be something in my YouTube library about it. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure. There might be. How you doing today, Rebel? Let me see. I should be able to find it if there is one. Nope, it doesn't look like I've ever done it. I might have done a live a long time ago and deleted it. But I've never really been into the whole Lionsgate thing. Like when I first learned about it, what's special about Lionsgate? Hold on. Well, so Lionsgate is 8/8. It's August 8th. It's the double digits. And when I first heard about it, I was very like, ooh, I want to work with, like, we're talking in 2014, 15, when I first learned what, like when people were talking about it a lot online. I was originally like really, it's supposedly this powerful date for manifesting because of something with the astrology. But here's the thing. If you follow well-established astrologers, they all say the Lionsgate isn't a real thing. So astrologically, it's nothing. It's just another day. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just another day. People claim, oh, there's a special alignment between, but there isn't. There isn't. It's not. It's not. It's like a collective conscious belief. It's not actually a thing when it comes to the science of it. So I didn't fully relate to it at the beginning anyway. And then the more I leaned away from the spiritual new agey, I don't know what to call it, trends, I guess, the more I just was like, this doesn't even, exactly. People claim that, oh, it's a big thing. No, it's not. So that means that every single day, every single month, we have a big gate. And so why don't we talk about 1/1 or 2/2 or 3/3 or 4/4 or 5? Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody gets all worked up about the Lionsgate, but what about all the other months? You're saying that there's nothing during those months? Because that doesn't make any sense. I'm very like scientific and logical when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I don't believe that there's anything wrong with believing in it. If you resonate with that, cool. But it's not my thing. And I'm not going to dump on other people's stuff, but like scientifically, I need it to be more like proven. The planets are different every single year. Exactly. We don't have the same alignments now that we had this time last year. Are some things in the same places? Sure, like the sun. But it's not the same every year. So in order for it to be this, it happens every year on this date, this alignment. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So but people don't know that. They just, all these people jumped on that, they drank the Kool-Aid for it because of all the spiritual, all the new agey. There's different kinds of spiritual people, but the new agey people, I guess, is the best way to clump them together. And it's no offense to them. They don't know. They don't look into the science. They're just, their mentors are talking about it, and they're on the bandwagon, and they trust them. And that's what happened to me at the beginning too. I thought it had to do with the new moon in Leo, which would have made more sense. But it's not, because the new moon in Leo was on 8/4. The Lion's Gate isn't until the 8th. Yeah. And that would have made more sense. The new moon in Leo was intense. It was a very strong one. It's the first time in a while that I didn't feel well physically yesterday. I woke up and was like, okay, I'm going to rock out, get this course out. I got to finish it. And I was ready to go. And then my body was just like, nope, we're going to be nauseous. We're going to be sluggish. We're going to give you a headache. We want you to rest. And when that happens, I don't have much choice but to just do what I got to do. Does this new moon affect money? It depends on where it hits in your personal chart. For me, it's relationships. Hold on. Let me see if I can see something that's general for everybody. Okay, so this is just something from the Pattern app. Oh, so you want to get a quick check-in, Jenny, and you don't have time to hang out. Yeah, you can. Thank you for asking. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. I appreciate you asking and not just presuming. Okay. So the Pattern app says that right now the focus is setting intentions to embrace the highest expression of Leo, which is all about believing in your own power and your own ability to create the life that you want. Most people, loving yourself unconditionally isn't easy. Most of us were taught at a young age comparing ourselves against everyone else and looking up at how we measure up. Then we judge ourselves from there. And it's this process of feeling like you're not enough, when in fact we come into this life endowed with this Leo radiance. We're born full of radical love and acceptance, but then life beats it out of us and it tells us we're not enough. So this is all about can you come back to yourself and embrace a more authentic, healthy version of Leo? This month is about developing authentic self-love and the ability to contribute by allowing yourself to be everything that you are and not needing to dim your light for anyone. And this is what you're going to... Never mind. I was reading it from an app, and then that just gets go. But basically, it's about stepping into your authenticity. For the general public, it's about stepping into their authenticity. Okay, girl, I see that. So what is your question? After I got rid of Jay, wanted to know if I'm safe. Don't want him ruining or trying to contact me. Okay, let's see. So as far as like safety, I can't guarantee you legally, I can't speak about that kind of part. But if you mean safety, like if he's going to reach out, that I can look into. I have to be careful with certain wording because there's a lot of TikTok psychics that are getting sued, and I'm not touching stuff with a 10-foot pole that could take me to court. I'm not going there. Sure, no problem, Rebel. Nothing legal. Yeah, I gotcha. I just wanted to say it to cover myself. I wasn't assuming that's what you meant. Okay. What does Jenny need to know? You got the Seven of Cups reversed. The Empress. The Ten of Wands. The King of Cups reversed, and you got two more. Knight of Swords reversed, and Six of Wands reversed. Okay, I am not feeling that you're going to hear from him. And I do feel like at some point he might like try, but I don't feel anything like major. Let me just set my timer because I don't have my timer thing in here. So with the Seven of Cups reversed and the Empress here, I do feel like he still kind of has you up on a pedestal and sees you as something that he has lost. Sees you as a loss and that there's nobody else out there that compares to you. I do have that. Like there is some emotional regret here, some emotional sadness, but I don't feel that it's him going to push for more. I do feel like he knows like he doesn't have any other options. Like he doesn't have options to move forward with you. He's out of wiggle room. He's out of, I want to say time, but he's out of like approaches of coming forward to you. Like that's not going to work. He knows that's not going to work. With the Ten of Wands, he knows that you can't deal with it anymore. That is him realizing like, oh wow, I really messed it up. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with me. She's all set. Like she is totally done. She's taking care of herself. She's stepping into her power. And I need to just not bother. Because I feel like for him, when he thinks that he doesn't get driven by the thought of like the chase for the most part. Some guys really love the chase. With him, I feel like he does enjoy that to some extent, but he's not that guy that if you say no 75 times, he's going to come back for another 76, 77. Like, I don't feel like he's that guy. Once he gets rejected enough, he kind of gets to this place where he's like, okay, I get it. Like, and it actually makes him feel bad about himself, and he gives up. Is really what this is what I'm getting here with him giving up, him being like, okay, there's no relationship. It's done. Like, I can't do this. She's not going to let me try to fix it. It's over. There's not any love here. And that makes him feel bad, but he knows that there's not any space to heal that. With the Knight of Swords reversed and the Six of Wands reversed as your last two, this is where I said he might reach out. But I really don't think so. With this Six of Wands, this is in the reversal. Again, this is the whole, I have no way to be successful here. This is lack of success. This is failure. This is no way to grow, no way to fix it, no way to get better, no way to change. And I feel like this is because this is the final. Right, exactly. When it's too late. This is the final, like, I know I put the nail in the coffin. Like, I know that nothing I say and nothing I do is going to change this connection. I'm not going to get anywhere with it. And so with this Knight of Swords in the reversal, that's him letting it go, honestly, redirecting, not reaching out. Sometimes Knight of Swords in the reversal can mean eventual communication, sometimes. But with this other stuff, I would be surprised. And if you do hear from him, it's going to be a super, like, minimal, half-assed, like, barely contacting you attempt. Like, really not this big talk to me. No big, like, effort there. It would be very minimal, like I don't know. Like, they're showing me, and I'm sure you have him blocked, but they're showing me, like, a person just reaching out and saying, hey. Like, that's all I'm getting. Like, it's that kind of energy. I'm not saying that's what he's going to do specifically, but it's so minimal, and then you don't answer, and then nothing comes of it. Like, they don't try again. It's that kind of limited, minimal, like, let me just see if I'll get a reaction at all. And when there's no reaction, it just confirms that it's over, that you've moved on, that you're not interested in entertaining anything that he has to say, and that you're just going to be moving forward. And that once that happens, like once he fully realizes it, because he's already almost there. He's already almost there with the full realization that this is not ever going to change. He's going to put his energy elsewhere. Right, I understand that. And retrograde can be difficult because it does trigger people to return. But this, I really do feel, I don't feel like he's going to try to ruin you anymore. I do feel like if anything, it would be a minimal like, hey, and then you ignore it, don't feed into it, whatever that is. And then, yeah. Okay, that is the timer. Yeah, so I don't feel like you need to worry too, like, just keep your boundary. Like, that's it. The only worry is if you feed into it. And I don't think you need to, and I don't think you would. So just like, no, it's retrograde. There's a potential. There's a out of those cards, I'd say there's like a 20% chance, just because the energy's kind of open for that. Right. Yeah, eventually. And you're welcome. So there's potential. It doesn't feel like a high potential, though. It feels very minimal. And you're welcome. Okay. So I want to do the angel, the mermaid dolphins card for the day. Ooh. Accept heaven's help. This says, oh, I love this. This says you've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. There's a reason why I love this, though. It's not just, it's a personal thing. So this is today's message. It's a beautiful card. I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's just been a lot of stress, like with this rest card for the week. There's just been so much overwhelm and like, what direction do I go in? Maybe not necessarily praying for heaven's help, but just like asking for support. Like, where do I go? How do I solve these problems? I don't know my way through. Yeah. And the way that I see these seagulls, the reason why these seagulls mean something to me. Seagulls are a symbol for me. They might be for other people too. Hold on. I just got to do a little spritz. This is my money mist. I forgot to spritz it this morning. I always spritz before I go start work. So the seagulls are a symbol for me. And I actually talk about this in my Intro to Oracle course about how I read imagery. I will be talking a lot more about that class when I release it. It's going to be only $22 at first. It's going to be like 75% off for the release, but then I'll end up like increasing it. The actual price is $88, but I want it to be accessible for people. So I do feel with these, so the seagulls for me, this is a symbol that I'm getting the support. If this card was just mine, this is a symbol that I'm getting the support from my spirit guides. I say spirit guides because I mean my friends that have passed, but from my people that are protecting me. I don't mean angels. I don't mean deities, although there are those floating about. I'm talking more about human spirits that have passed and that are helping. This is a symbol that I was told a very long time ago by a very talented medium. That is when my friend is with me. And she didn't say seagulls. She saw a white bird and she was like, what is a why is he showing me a white bird? When you see a white bird, and she was right on. She picked up everything. Like, it was crazy. She's the only medium I would highly, highly recommend. Her name's Adela Levine. I had gotten readings from other mediums because I'm not a medium. And they were vague, you know, like, oh, he misses you. Oh, this. Like, they didn't say anything that made me know for sure that they were connected to him. She did. She did so much that she made me cry. I had gotten multiple mediumship readings with other people about him. And so I knew for sure she picked him up. And she said, why is he showing me a white bird? When you see white birds, he's with you. And I was like, white birds? Like, I have a ton of birds in my yard. I hang out in my yard all the time. There's none that are white. None. So I was like, doves? Like, I don't ever see doves. What is a white bird? And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, seagulls. He loved the ocean. When I go to connect with him, I go to the beach and I sit at the beach to connect with his energy if I'm really struggling. So to me, and my Uncle Jimmy loved the beach too, who is somebody that has passed away not that long ago. I have a lot of loved ones that have passed, actually. So to me, this is like a sign that your guides are here. Your guides are here. They're here to help you. They're here to support you. It's not as hard as it seems. It sucks. Things are hard, but it's not as bad as it feels like it is. So I love that message. I love that message. I really do like these cards. I like these cards. I wouldn't use these cards as a individual reading. Like, this is the only thing I'm using for the reading, because they are fluffy, but I do really like them. They do have a lot of really good messages in them. They are, I connect well with them. Notice I'm not taking out the guidebook because I don't feel like I need it, because I use them a lot without the guidebook. So that is our daily and weekly message for the collective. And then we're going to pull, these are my tarot cards I was talking about. This box is really cool. If you guys have never seen it, it opens up like this and they come. I've done a whole flip through of this over on my YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist of flip through. So it comes like this. It's like this really, I wish all my boxes came like this. I would keep them all inside this instead of, I hate this type of box. I really do. It's not, this one's okay, but some of them are really hard to open and close. I wish they all came like this. And then, but that could be why this is such an expensive deck. And then you pull the ribbon and they pop out and then there's a book inside. So, and this book is specifically for this deck. It's not like a generic tarot book. So I love this deck. This deck is beautiful. Yeah, I wish all boxes came that way, because these stupid ones that like open and close with the tops, they don't, especially the cards that I use a lot. Like I don't like to keep them in there because it just annoys me. But I keep all the only boxes I keep all the boxes. I think I've only thrown away like boxes for basic tarot where you don't really need the box at all, where the box doesn't do. Okay, hold on. My cards keep falling and I don't like that. I try to prop them up. All right. Hopefully they stay. I don't know if these are all uprights. Nope, they're not. Okay. Okay, so we're going to ask Spirit. I love a corresponding book, right? We're going to ask Spirit what we need to know for the week. What does the collective need to know for the week? Oop, oop. Okay, we got 2. 8 of Wands and Explorer of Wands reversed. Oh, yeah, I might need to look at the book for a second because I can't. The only reasons why I use the book for this deck specifically is I can't remember like their queen, king, page, knight. Their things are different, and I can't remember when I first start reading with the deck. After a while, I can't remember who is what. What do we need to know for the week? Too many. Come on. Give me 1. I don't want 7. Thank you. Explorer of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, I think it's the page. I can't remember. It's either the page or the knight. I'm pretty sure. Their little booklet is so cute. Note on gender court cards. Here we go. 16. I'm not even looking the actual cards up. I just want to see. Okay, so the child is a page. That's right. The explorer is the knight. The guardian is the queen, and the elder is the king. But it's not so much meant for gender. It's supposed to be a gender neutral deck. So it's more representing the energies. And I do like that. I just forget sometimes which one's which. And then I got to look it up, and that kind of bugs me. So these are both knights, is what this is. So we got the 8 of Wands to start the week, which is today. And I love that. I mean, it totally makes sense because it's Monday. It's time to get going. It's action. There could be a lot of incoming communication for a lot of people. Be careful. Be careful about being impulsive. Be careful. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But there could be a lot of incoming communication, like I read in the astrology, where this is a communicating card for me. This is a movement card for me. It's action. It's doing. It's talking. It's seeing results. We are starting. Today is the official first day of Mercury retrograde, although we have been in this energy for several weeks now. I'm so awkward. She said, why? I'm awkward. So be careful about incoming messages. Also be careful about outgoing messages. Do not have serious messages through text or email. If at all possible, avoid. And if you're at work and you have a message, like somebody says something to you in person and it feels funky or it's out of the normal and it's like a higher up or something, make sure you follow up an email per our conversation, because this is the time where things are going to get scrambled. Yes, I had a weird phone call with one of my lawyers. Oh, yeah. This is the time when communication is going to get scrambly. And that's what this is about. It's going to get confusing. It can get mixed up. I've talked multiple times about how there's been several instances in the last several years, actually, where I've lost cell service when it's Mercury retrograde and I had plans to meet up with somebody and I was waiting to hear from them and they didn't contact me and I didn't contact them because I tried and they didn't answer. And then they ended up messaging me through WhatsApp, which was through the internet. And I realized, like they thought I blocked them and I thought they blocked me, but it wasn't. It was technology. So trying to make sure that you clarify everything. Not everything is going to be as it seems right now. Maybe you get triggered about something and it wasn't intended to be that way. Maybe, and you don't want to react because you're only going to make it worse. Maybe before somebody says something, be like, what I think I hear you saying, I just want to make sure I understand. Like, definitely take a minute. That's what this impulsive is. With this Explorer of Wands reversed, this is the Knight of Wands reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed is very, very, very impulsive. Very impulsive. To me, the energy is a young college person, usually male, but a young college. I see a frat boy. I always see a frat boy when I see this card for some reason, who's just excited about everything and he wants to have fun and he wants to do these things and he doesn't think things through and he rushes in and there's no real thought about what happens next. And then there's consequences that come after one way or another. That's what I see with this. So staying grounded, having that rest, I hope Boat Guy doesn't contact me now. He might, but this is where it's important to stay grounded with the Explorer of Pentacles, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So this is like incoming communication. You guys might be hearing from people from the past, especially people that you have a lot of chemistry with, that you really want to hear from. But this is like a test, which sucks. It sucks. I hate having those kinds of tests because we have a ton of stuff in retrograde now. We have Chiron in retrograde. We have Neptune. We have Saturn. We have Mercury. We have all these lessons being thrown at us. Like, did you learn yet? Did you learn your lesson? Did you learn? Are you going to repeat the same crap from before? Are you going to make the same mistake? Or are you going to actually hold your own this time? And it's really important to not rush? Do you need to say no to every single person that returns from the past? No, it might actually be a chance to either have some closure or to reconnect with somebody and fix things. It doesn't necessarily mean this person is a bad person and you need to push them out of your life forever, but you need to be cautious. That is the key. Not rushing. With this Knight of of Pentacles, it's the same thing as the Knight of Pentacles in the reversal. Knight of Pentacles in the reversal goes slow AF. Slow and steady, and making sure that every single T is crossed off and every I is dotted, and making sure that all the requirements are met, and being very cautious before making a choice or taking an action. And I feel like that's kind of what this week is going to be about. This week is going to be about impulsivity and like sudden things coming forward and, oh my God, I got to act now. No, you don't. As long as nobody's on, it's not life or death. As long as it's not life or death, you know, I mean, obviously there's some situations that could arise for some of you because this is a collective that maybe you have to make an instant decision because you have no other choice. And that's the fine, but don't make excuses for it. Don't be like, oh, well, he might leave again. No. She might leave again. Oh, she might change her mind. Oh, well, if they change their mind, then they change their mind. And it means they weren't supposed to be there in the first place and they did you a favor. So when it comes to relationships or relating to people at all, do not rush. Take your damn time because you're going to regret it if you rush, and it's not going to go well. It's going to blow up in your face. Let's look at the daily card, and then we can start doing card pulls I might reset TikTok because it's doing its quiet thing. You learned that lesson. Yeah. And so just like with your situation, you can communicate and leave that door open and see what happens, but you're not going to tie yourself to him the second he contacts you. You need to wait and see what happens. Are we going to repeat the past, or are things going to be better? Like, are you ready? Are you not ready? And unfortunately, there's a lot of false starts during Mercury retrograde. Like I have this one person in my life who is currently blocked that I have known since 2014. And he's a good person. But unfortunately, he is unhealed. And because of that, he thinks he's always ready to try to see where things can go together. And he comes in and he screws it up. And then he leaves again. And then he comes back. And this has been happening for years. And it's gotten to a point now where every time he returns, and it's like we've gone a year and a half with no contact, 2 years without seeing each other. There's been big gaps of time. And every time he comes back, like the rebound rate takes long. Like every time he comes back, the sabotage takes less and less time to happen. So like 2 times ago, it took him about 5 months to screw it up. And all during that time, we didn't see each other because I had a standard and he didn't meet the standard. So we didn't see each other. And then this time, which was like a year and a half later, he came back and was like, I really screwed up and and I really mean it this time. And I've realized that nobody's like you and blah, 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 all the things. And I was just like, yeah, you said that before. Like, I don't want to say you're lying. I think you mean it because I can sense that he means it, but he just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's a bull in a china shop. But we met on vacation, so we felt like we had to rush. Yeah. So this person comes in and out of my life. And when he returned this last time, I just was like, I didn't feed any of it. I didn't say I cared about, like I said, I cared about him, but I didn't tell him anything more than that. I didn't invest any energy. I didn't reach out to him. The only thing I did was say, so let's meet up in a week or two. Let's pick a date and meet up and go see how that goes, because that's his biggest issue. He can't show up. And sure enough, we were supposed to go out on a Saturday. The Thursday, he ghosted me. So he was in touch with me for like 2 weeks, and that was it. And the rebound rate of sabotage, it was so fast. And it's because I'm not tolerating it. My guides were just like, whoop, he's not ready. You knew he wasn't ready. We're taking him out. And he'll probably come back again. Right now he's blocked on everything, so he can't. But he knows where I live. And I wouldn't put it past him to pop by because he's done it before. Yeah, he's a really good person. He's not good at relationships. It's all it is. And I feel bad for him because I know he wants to settle down. He genuinely does. He just can't get his shit together. It is. It's a very hard lesson. So this time around when that happened, it didn't even affect me in the way that it once did, which is sad. But I knew it and just kept going. It didn't. So you guys might have those kinds of experiences, and it's really important to do the Knight of Pentacles, to rest, to slow down, to ask for signs, and being clear with what are your expectations when it comes to relationships anyway, because that happens a lot during Mercury retrograde. People from old relationships come back. So what are your expectations? What do you deserve? And not caving to that. It's hard when you know they are trying to be a bad person, but you need to not to be a bad person, but you need to protect yourself. Yes. That's the hardest part, because he's the only individual that I've ever known that I know is a good person and isn't genuinely. I mean, could he be playing some games? Hey, good morning, Dark Vixen. Yeah, he could be playing some games. I'm sure some of it is games, but generally he's a good person. And I know that because we worked together way before there was any kind of interest there. So I know him as a person. We were friends way before. It's just he has a lot of baggage that he hasn't healed, and he may never heal. And that I feel bad for him. I do. It makes me feel bad for him because he's almost 50, and I know he doesn't want to be alone. He was married once a long time ago, and I know he wants to settle with somebody and share his life with them. And he's going to be the guy that never can get a relationship right because he hasn't healed his past stuff. And that makes me sad for him. He doesn't deserve that, but it's also his lesson. That's been a huge lesson for me to be I can't heal him. He has to do it himself. I've already tried. I've never had to walk away from a situation where I cared about the person still. And it's just because they were a mess. It's not because they betrayed me. I mean, he sort of betrayed me because he keeps blowing me off, but he didn't betray me in the sense of he lied to me or cheated on me. He's just a mess. And it's not personal, but it's also not something I can continue to invest energy into. So I hope he gets the help he needs. I do. I really do. Because nobody deserves that, but he does it to himself. So there's nothing else I can say about that. All right, let's look at, actually, I want to clear these cards a little bit more. So that may happen to some of you guys in your own way. It's horrible. Yeah. Yep, it is, Susie. It's tough because you don't wish any, it's hard. It's a hard thing to deal with, but what are you going to do? It's just part of life. My first house is Capricorn, and Pluto has been transiting through it for over 20 years now, and I have just gone through beginnings and endings and breakdowns and rebuilding and beginnings and endings and breakdowns and rebuilding for 20 years. And it's just, I've gotten really good at just letting people come and go, letting people leave that want to leave. And it took me a long time to get there because I used to get really fixated on that's my person. No, it's not. Your person wouldn't treat you that way. If it is your person, they're not your person right now. Yeah. So I've gotten really good at just letting people slide through my fingers like sand because you can't. Hey, good morning, Kristen. You can't squeeze a person. A person is like sand. You can't clench your fist around it and force them to stay. If they want to stay, they will. If they don't want to stay and you beg them or you do things to try to win them over or whatever, they'll probably stick around for a while as long as it benefits them. But once something comes along that gets their attention, that they feel is a better thing, they're out. And it's actually not a personal thing. It's not as personal as we women take it. It's not that they don't care about you or you're not enough. It's that you're not a good match. That's it. And we take it super personal. And that's a hard thing as a female to come to a place to realize, like, hey, it's actually not personal. And it's hard to remember that too. Hi, 23. Thank you for sharing a live. Okay, let's see what today's tarot is. You guys, those of you that are joining, I am going to be pulling mini cards for my members and subscribers. I have been considering, I have to restructure that a little bit, but I haven't done it yet. I'm going to make the plan for September of how I'm going to restructure everything, because the financial aspect of it is becoming a little bit too challenging for me. So I am probably going to limit some of the mini readings to more like once a week for each member instead of every live, or just like a one card pull. I'm going to think about it. And then when I come to a better choice, when I get more clear, because I haven't gotten clear on what I'm doing with it yet, I'm brainstorming, then I will probably give you guys a poll and see which one you would prefer, because you still are paying. I just want to make it a little bit more equal energy wise. All right, let's see. What do we need to know? That's a lot. I agree. Oh, you mean all of every minute? Yeah. As the memberships have been growing, which I'm so thankful for, I realized like one day last week that I did over a half an hour of free mini reads for you guys, which is fine. It's what I get. It's what I promise. And they're not free because you do pay. But if I do that every single time I go live, which is 12 times a month, 12 times a month, it's kind of like it's getting to a place of where I'm not giving time for other people to pay, and then I'm tired, and then like, I don't know. I need to restructure it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, a mini read for every member. So I'm thinking either a one card pull per session or one mini read a week, and then I might phase it down to one mini read a month, and then a card pull push. I haven't figured it out yet. Consider what we pay. Right. So you guys all pay like under $10 a month, no matter which streaming service you're on. So maybe I'll add another tier that includes the, hey, if you're in this group, paid group, then you can get a mini read every time. Maybe I'll do that. That's true. I think a lot of people end up adjusting their prices and whatnot. Yeah, I'll probably leave the prices and then just adjust what's offered, or I gotta figure it out. Like when I started the memberships, I started it on YouTube, and I wasn't going live the way I am now. So the middle level was you get one full free reading in the membership section once a month. That's what it was. And then all these other bonuses. But now that I'm going live all the time, it's kind of right. And I already do the free live. Right. So it's kind of getting, but I also don't want to completely ignore you guys. Oh, I appreciate that, Rebel. No, I love that you guys come. Like, I want you to be able to come and hang out and interact, and it keeps things interesting and fun. I got to figure out. I just want to let you all know. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what the hell I'm doing yet. I'm not there yet, but I wanted to give you all a heads up. I'm probably going to roll out some changes in September, and I'll let you know what they are before it happens. I'll definitely let you know, and I probably will give you guys some like options to choose from what you prefer the most, so you have some input on it. What do we need to know for the day? What do we need to know for today? Ooh, we got two. We got the World and the Nine of Pentacles in the reversal. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense with the Rest card. So the World, for me, is talking about bigger and better things. It's talking about next steps. So that's kind of like what I was literally just talking about. It's talking about going to the next level. What is the next level? It's graduation. It's lessons learned, literally, how I see this. Like, you've learned your lesson. You don't need to repeat this anymore. You can move forward. You've grown. It's about growth and then starting a new journey. It's starting a new chapter. So the chapter, this is different for all you guys, but There's going to be something that may come up today, and it could be financially based, or it could also be with this Nine of Pentacles. It could just be with this, like I said, the rest energy, where it's like, hey, you've been working so hard. You can take a minute and smell the roses. Like, you're overdoing it. You're overdoing it. The things will still be there tomorrow. Slow down and relax a little bit. Maybe plan a vacation. If you can't afford it right now, start putting a few pennies aside and think about where you want to go. Maybe plan a day trip, just one day, instead of doing anything else. I have hustled all summer, and I really haven't given myself any playtime, and it's disappointing. I'm disappointed with myself about it, but I also haven't been able to financially afford it. So it's kind of like, well, the summer's going to be done, and I'm going to be like, oh, I did nothing all summer but work. And I don't want that. Like, I live for the summer. So once like the fall comes, I start to get a little bit sad. Like last night I looked outside at like 8:30 and it was dark. And I was like, oh no, it's getting dark early already. So I think that some of this is like slowing down, appreciating how far you've come, taking some time to enjoy your life. Not everything is life and death. And it's funny because I hear myself like whine or complain about some of the stuff that I'm stressed about. Like, oh, my devices weren't working, which is stressful. But like, sometimes I really check myself. Like, okay, yes, it's stressful. That is stressful. I work online. I need my devices to be working properly in order to work. I need to go to the beach and enjoy life, but I'm just so exhausted. Yeah. I literally have an ocean. The bay. It's ocean water, but it's the bay. So it's like not open ocean. 5 minutes from my house. Do you think I've gone this year? But there's a reason why I haven't gone. It's not me being lazy, because I totally could go. It's because where I live, first of all, I wouldn't go in that water because it's contaminated. It's gross. There's always some kind of announcement every year. Don't go in the water, the high bacterial count, blah, 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 blah. And it's not well kept. It's not cleaned. The beach is not cleaned very well, because I live in a city, and it's not, there's a lot of buses that come here, and there's a lot of trash, and like, there's just a lot, and I don't mean people, I mean people trash it. So it gets kind of gross. I went with Jelani at the end of May, but once we hit after Memorial Day, you have to pay to park there. And I'm not going to do that. I pay taxes to live here. I'm not going to, and they don't even have a lifeguard. People pay to park at this beach down the street from my house, and it's not even a good beach, and they don't even have a lifeguard. Do you know how many people have drowned at that beach over the years because there's a crazy riptide? So I'm not paying. The real beach is 25 minutes. It's kind of like, hey, same. Almost the same, Rebel, for me. Almost exactly the same. The Bay Beach is about 3 minutes away. Yep. The Bay Beach is about that. And the thing that I don't love about the Bay Beach, besides the bacterial stuff, because it's not open ocean, but also there's a lot of sand fleas. So even if you went in the evening, you're getting bit up. Our beaches are $35 for the summer. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I just don't go enough to pay right now, but we have lifeguards. Yeah. Well, they charge people so that there will be more people to take care of the property. Well, are you going to take care of it then? Because you're not. Like, don't get me going. The corruption in the state, in the city. Oh my God. But the real beach, the really, really, my favorite beach is about a 30-minute drive south from here. And I like going there in the evening when it's like closed or closing down, and just walking on it. And like when the sun's like after 6 o'clock-ish, when it's not like the hot, dead sun, the sand is so soft, and it's just, I need to just go. I usually go with somebody, but I need to just go one day. Is it Newport? It's actually Narragansett. Oh, right. You're in Rhode Island, right? Are you in Rhode Island? I can't remember. I'm so bad with memory. My short-term memory is totally fried. Newport is more difficult because you have to go over the bridge, and it's an expensive bridge. I went to college. That's right. So it's Narragansett Beach. It's called Narragansett Town Beach, and it's where all the expensive people live. Did you see the thing in the news, Rebel, about Musquamacut and Westerly with the dragonflies? Right, Providence, Cranston. The dragonflies in Westerly, did you happen to see that? Did any of you guys see that? Because it did make national news. I saw it on like Instagram, and it wasn't a Rhode Island account. People come to our state because there's tons of beaches. It's an ocean. It's called the Ocean State for a reason. Yeah, you got to look at it. So dragonflies apparently sometimes flock together, like millions of them. And yeah, probably. You probably did Dark Vixen. And I've never seen them like that here, but maybe it just happens at a place where there's not like a lot of people usually, like in a field or in the I don't know, in the woods or something. I've actually never been to Block Island. Tons of them on the beach. Yes. So like millions. I live in England and I saw that on the internet with the dragonflies. Yeah. So there was like millions. There was swarms of them that just like flying all over the beach. They don't hurt anybody. They don't bite or anything, but like that's a lot of freaking dragonflies. Yeah. So it's funny because Jelani, my massage therapist, actually lives in that town. And that's the beach he loves to go to. And he hates bugs. So he was like, I'm so glad I was at work when that happened because I don't know what I would have done. I was like, dragonflies are fine. Like I had a pet dragonfly when I was a kid. Like it used to crawl on my finger and they're like, you know, little spirits. And he was like, yeah, but can you imagine millions of them? People were like, it's the apocalypse. The world's ending. No, it's dragonflies. And they actually, if you Google it, they actually, it was mad. Yeah, let me know when you want to. Oh, I appreciate that, Keisha. So yeah, it was crazy. Thankfully, they don't bite. Like they don't attack people. They were just flying, but like that's a lot of dragonflies. Yeah. So people were like freaking out. So Google it because that happened here this year. I've never seen anything like it in all the years I've lived here. But also, social media didn't exist when I was a kid. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So, I mean, it probably would have been on the news at some point, but maybe not the way that it is now. There are tons of them on the beach. Yeah, yep. And Block Island was very pretty. So Block Island's dangerous in the summer, in my opinion. I know people that go and they love it. Our beaches were nice other than the serial killer. Oh, geez. There's a lot of people that take the ferry and like start drinking really early in the morning because you have to take a ferry to get to Block Island. And they start drinking like the second they get on the boat at like 8 a.m. and they're drunk by the time they get off. And then there's this resort there called Ballard's Resort, which is right on the water. And there's lots of alcohol, lots of partying. I've actually never been, but I've seen it online. Lots of partying, lots of dancing, lots of drinking, laying in the sun all day, which sounds like fun. But what happens is a lot of the people will go, and there's been multiple times over the past couple of years that there have been full-out brawls that happen on the trip back. Like a lot of people will get into major fist fights, big fights, where the state police are waiting at the docks when the ship when the ferry pulls back in. So not a fan. There was also brawls on Ballard's Beach itself. Yeah. So it's beautiful, but people ruin it. I'm sure it's probably nicer to go like in the spring, in that late spring, like before the season really starts, or the late, like early fall. But people around here, there's so many people here that they just ruin things. Like I don't even, so I'm not real interested in going out there when it's peak season, when people are getting trashed all the time and getting into fights. The last couple of years, it's happened a few times. And my luck, it would happen when I'm stuck on the boat with all these people. Like, no thanks. And you're in the middle of open ocean. It's not like you can just jump off the boat and swim to land. Like you're miles and miles and miles off the mainland. I interviewed in May, I think, but went again in October. Yeah, I can't imagine working out there and not living. You'd have to live out there, I would think, but maybe not. Some people think. I'm such a Rhode Islander. I don't like commuting. Okay, you guys. So let's do some member cards. I didn't get the job. Don't worry about it. You're probably better off. The amount of drunk people you'd have to deal with in those fighting, yeah. Because there's a lot of ghetto people that go out there. And don't get me wrong, I love me some ghetto people depending on who they are. I have a lot of friends that are from Providence, but they're respectful. Even if they're ghetto, they're still respectful. Like they wouldn't get drunk and get into a major fist fight. Like you can go out with them and they're not gonna, you don't have to be afraid of what they're gonna do. Oh, that's a long time ago. Marjorie Andrew. Hey Marjorie, welcome, hon. Oh my gosh, why can I not approve this comment? So I'm excited, you guys. My new phone should be coming next week, I believe. I was really torn. I was like, do I get a tablet? No, I can't get a tablet because I need to be able to do phone calls. Can't do phone calls on a tablet, or I don't want to do phone calls on a tablet. So then I was like, I'll just get a phone. It's actually not that expensive if I buy a cheap one. I hate having to, like, I get excited about it, but I also hate waste. I feel like it's a waste of money when I have devices that still work fine. I graduated in JW in 2014. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is what we're going to do, kids. I am going to take a quick bathroom stop because I had my coffee before I went live and I've drank half my water already. I'm going to throw in some music for you all. I'm going to step away for a minute. And then when I come back, we're going to do member readings. I'm not in a rush to get off today, so I'm just kind of chilling and enjoying. I told myself I was going to stop stressing about although on Wednesday, I don't think I'm going to be going live on Wednesday because I have to be someplace for 11, which means I have to leave here at 10. And I don't even have an hour that I'd be able to go on. So I'm not going to, if I go live Wednesday, it would be in the evening and I don't know how I'm going to feel because I have an appointment and I'm not sure where we're at with that. So Wednesday is a no-go. All right. Here's some music. I'll be right back and then we'll do member and subscriber reads. Give me 1 minute, guys. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Let me just share out the live for a second, and then we'll do it. Yeah. So you guys can start putting your questions because there's not a lot of people on here right now, so I'm not going to have trouble following them. Maybe TikTok will be better quality for me once I get my new phone. I also am looking into a streaming program that I do have to buy. Yes. Yay. Oh, hey, Kimmy. I have class in 5 minutes, but just popping in to say hi. Hey. So I've been looking into a new streaming program that I can't afford yet, but I'm hoping maybe before the end of the year. It's a program that streams both TikTok and YouTube in one space, and that would be perfect. So I have to look into it a bit better, but I'm trying to figure out if I should ask Eric to hang out or if I should give him time to ask me. Well, I'm going to do Susie because she asked first, and then so you have a minute to think. I just feel like I'm always the one trying to make plans. He kind of drags his feet. Yeah. That's not a great feeling. Please, can I ask for what do I need to know? What's coming in for me? Okay, Susie girl. Let's do that. Oh, Kimmy, I don't know if you're still here, but you love this song. What's coming in for you and what do you need to know? Girl, something's happening with I think that you're one of the people that I was talking about earlier. 6 of Cups reversed with Child of Cups reversed. Those are Page of Cups. I mean, the cards are gorgeous, which is why I wanted to grab them. They're so pretty. I feel like for you, with the Devil in the reversal that came out, you're going to get tested. This is you getting tested. This is, are you going to repeat, or you're going to be tempted? Are you going to be tempted, and the communication that's going to come in from somebody from the past, how are you going to feel about that? That's what's coming. You have somebody coming back. This is somebody coming back, and it's somebody with emotional connection that hasn't been around, that's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. It's going to make you feel very confused. And I feel like it's going to be really important to not be impulsive the way I was talking about a little while ago. Because this is return also. Judgment is return too. I bet it's Sean coming in, and I'll have to be strong with my boundary. No more messing around. I need to be strong with it all or nothing. Yeah. So you have the Guardian of Cups coming in. Nope. The Guardian of Cups coming in as your energy. And I feel like with this is the Queen of Cups. This is saying that like I'm seeing this as that you have to take care of yourself. That the Queen of Cups can be warm and receptive. She can be loving. She can be open, but she can also be strong. She can be strong in the sense of she doesn't allow. Think of him like a kid. When he comes back, think of him like a child. She doesn't allow, the Queen of Cups doesn't let her kids walk all over her. The Queen of Cups holds her own while she's taking care of the kids. So with the Judgment, yeah, I do love this card. It's so beautiful. I mean, this alone, even if you're not looking at the words, to me, that imagery is so strong that like you could meditate or do some kind of journal work just on that one image. It screams to me. That's one of the reasons why I love these cards, because they're so pretty. I feel like with this, it's going to feel comfortable, and you're going to be tempted to fall into comfort. But with the Judgment card coming in, you can either stay where you've been, or you can go through the portal, down that pathway. I don't know if you can see, but there's a pathway through the doorway. And it doesn't look like there's any ground to walk on. But if you choose to take that faith, trust in that you're going to take care of yourself, that spirit will take care of you, that there aren't wrong choices, and that the people that are supposed to be in your life will be in your life when they're supposed to be. So like that story I was telling about this guy / friend that I've known for years, he's supposed to be in my life. He's just not in a healthy mindset. Go get healthy and we'll talk again sometime, even if it's 5 years from now. And then we'll see where we're at then. Maybe we'll just be totally platonic because we've been that before. So like, I feel like with this, you have the ability to take the leap to trust that spirit's got you. It's so difficult, but I am so tired of being the enabler. I need to move forwards and hope he levels up and comes with. But if he doesn't, so be it. I wish I just knew the answers and eventual outcome even. Well, that's the problem. You can't. That's totally what this judgment card's about. You can't know the path that you're going through. You can't see the ground, right? When you go through the doorway, there's no ground. And you have to just trust that you're going to take care of you. I think that's a big, valuable thing for you to know. That is, sometimes I attract clients or, clients, viewers who have been through, are going through something I've been through, or are going through something that I've learned hard on my journey. And I feel like, right. And I feel like with this, that is such a tricky thing because you just want to know, like, is it worth investing your time? Well, this is going to sound super harsh, but it's because it's how I've been having to talk to me, honestly. You could be married for 40 years and the person could turn around and cheat on you. And you thought it was going to be forever. There's no guarantees. There really isn't. So going for the thing, being in the moment of being happy, however you can, with the mindset of being in the present, but also knowing that sometimes our choices now affect us in the future, and being wise about where we want to go. Like, I feel like everybody's biggest growth, everybody in general, of my clients, of my viewers, is getting to a space of being like, well, if they catch up with, I'm going to keep going. I can't keep doing this anymore. If they catch up with me, awesome. If they don't, well, then I'm free and there's something better that's going to come. And that's where it's hard to be put special on people, but they're only as special as we make them. And eventually they may not feel so special. Oh my gosh. No, that's okay, Susie. You never shared that before. Thank you for sharing that. That is heavy. That is very heavy. But that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. If you've gotten through you've gotten through every day of your worst days, you'll still be able to do this by walking into something with faith. Okay, who's next? Dark Vixen, did you decide what you wanted to look at with Eric? I don't know. My wise words, I'm real good at helping people, at seeing your situation and guiding you through it. I'm real bad at doing it for myself. Real bad at doing it. And most of the reason why I'm good is because I've gone through a lot of the bad already to be able to help see it. Yeah. Pluto and Capricorn last 20 years, like I said. Yeah. I cannot wait until next year. I mean, I'm taking my time and like allowing what needs to happen. That's why I set this goal for this year to be just me focusing on growth and living in the moment. But like, damn, it's a lot. Sure, yeah, I mostly want to know if he'll be receptive if I ask him to make the plans. Sometimes I feel like he just needs to push. But I also kind of feel like if he wanted to, he would. Have you tried the hands off the wheel approach? Like really, really hands off the wheel? Because sometimes that really can work. But the problem with that is with some people, we get impatient. So like you really got to just be like, well, if he figures it out, cool, and if not, then I won't see him, and like not break that thing, not cave. That's where the hard part is to not cave. Okay, let's see how he'll be receptive if you ask him to make plans. Right. That's where a lot of my clients' biggest problems are, or challenges, is to just literally be patient and see what happens. Because when we enable, like Susie said, or when we kind of prompt to get together, because I went through this. I've experienced it, and it was a very, very, very hard lesson. I was in a very unbalanced, a wobbly relationship that was sometimes balanced. Most of the time it wasn't. And I was the one who would make suggestions about us getting together, about us going out, about us doing this, about us doing that. I was the one that was always driving that. And he stuck around because he was having fun. But eventually something more fun came along that he was more invested in. And slowly he was busy all the time. And we would fight all the time because I wanted to see him. And like, that happened because I perpetuated it. 4 years of me, not all of it, but 4 years of me guiding things where it could have been done in the first 8 months if I had just not. And I didn't see that that's what I was doing. I had no, like, looking back, I was just like, wow, I really manipulated that situation to try to get attention or to try to spend time with him, to try to get this to fall into what I want. And that's pretty hardcore. So, okay, let's see. How would Eric feel about Rebel putting it on him? 8 of Swords first. He's going to be anxious about it. Child of Wands. Elder of Wands reversed. Hi, Virgo Goddess 99. I do have a bit of a list going on here. As far as a career path, that's like a really deep question. So I don't really do those in mini readings. Do you have something else you'd like me to look at? That's like a 30-minute reading. That's not like a quick snapshot reading, because I have a very specific approach to that, and it's not a fast one. Right, exactly. You shouldn't. Okay. Oop. Hierophant reversed. 7 of Cups. Okay. Hierophant reversed and 7 of Cups. Let's talk about this. All right. So 8 of Swords, Child of Wands is what you got first. Child of Wands is Page of Wands. I do feel like at first he's going to be up in his head. He's going to be like, I don't know what to do. I'm not, like, there may even be a response of, well, you're the one that always makes the plans because I don't know what you want to do. You just plan it and I'll come. Like, I feel like there could be like an immature reaction, not intentional, but like this, I don't want the responsibility, or I'm not going to take the responsibility, or I'm not ready to take that responsibility on. It's too much, where I don't feel like it's too much. I just feel like there is a bit of a reaction there. As far as that's concerned, with the Elder of Wands reversed and the Hierophant reversed, I don't love this. Yeah, maybe even a little non-committal. So it's funny because something popped up in my world yesterday about the term "we'll see," which that boyfriend from 4 years ago, well, not 4 years ago, that boyfriend that I talked about that I was with for 4 years, that was his phrase. So I get triggered so bad when somebody says that to me, because I would make a suggestion. Oh, let's go to wherever. Let's go to this restaurant on your day off. What do you want to do? And I would get, yeah, we'll see. And the we'll see meant no, but he didn't have the balls to say no. And instead of saying no and having some kind of conflict, I'd get we'll see. And then when it would get closer, I wouldn't hear from him. And then we'd get into a fight, and then it would be fine again. So he would will see me to blow me off, basically. Didn't happen every single time, but that was almost his code word of, I don't want to say no, but I'm saying no. And he would never admit that that was what it was. And especially towards the end, when we had been together for so long, I'd be like, just say no. If you don't want to do it, like, I know what that means. No, that's not what it means. It means we'll see. No, it doesn't. It means no, you don't want to do it. Or in case something better comes along, you know? I don't want to commit to plans because something better might come to my day that I want to do instead. I want to keep my calendar open. So with the King of Wands reversed and the Hierophant reversed, I do feel him being non-committal. Yeah, I do feel the non-committal here. I do feel like the lack of leadership, not really stepping forward and leading the connection. But with the Seven of Cups, I do feel like he will. So this is interesting. This isn't great energy, right? These first four cards, they're and then he kind of works through it and gets to this place of where he makes the decision to do it. So I do feel it's similar to, I do want to pull a love card, but I do feel like it's similar to what I was saying earlier about the whole, there needs to be a waiting period, and and having that, that strength, that soft strength, that inner strength, to wait him out. Because if you cave, you're just going to go right back to the same pattern. And like, oh, I knew she was going to take care of it. You got to hold him responsible. How does he feel? Ooh. We got, oh God, Pluto transformation. Dear Lord. Really? Confusion, illusion, and Neptune. Neptune's in retrograde, and spring and seeds. Okay, so you want to get out of the confusion, you need to transform the energy, like we were just talking about, and plant new seeds. So you can get to this Seven of Cups where he makes the decision. You can get there. But there's some waiting. There's some like not overthinking it. There's some not being impulsive and jumping in to say, oh, hey, now, like, yeah, let's just go out. I really like, so for instance, I'm seeing a customer that I haven't read for in probably 4 years now. Very sweet woman. She would ask me to read on somebody that she believed was her twin flame. And they would break up and be in separation, be in no contact for a while. And she would call me and want a reading about it. And she had a timeline for herself, meaning, oh, it's Thanksgiving coming up. Oh, it's Christmas coming up. Oh, my birthday's coming. That doesn't matter. Like you can't have a deadline. I mean, you can have a deadline in the sense of like, you're done. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. But you can't have a deadline when you go no contact, or when you let go for the person to step up. Oh, if he doesn't step up, he has to step up before my birthday because I want him to take me out. And if he doesn't take me out on my birthday, I'm going to call him and make him take me out. Like, you can't do that. You got to just like, and she never really got that. Like, no matter how many times I tried to explain it to her, very, very sweet lady, but she literally would, she wouldn't be patient. It would have to be by this date or by this event or by this thing. If he doesn't contact her by then, she's going to contact him because she wants him there. Well, that's caving, and he's going to know. She wants to see me on her birthday, so she's going to reach out before then. she wants to do something on Thanksgiving because they had been in a pattern for 10 years. I was like, you can't do that. You have to change what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing isn't working, so you have to change what you're doing. You have to change the tactic. If you want different results, you got to behave differently. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you. Not as severe at all, but you're already feeling it. And think about how great it'll feel when he actually wants to make, like when he does it, like when he actually is like, let's go to dinner, or I miss you, let's go see a movie, or when he actually steps up and makes the suggestion. Because then it validates, instead of those fears, instead of those 8 of Swords fears spinning around, like, is he just doing it because I'm here and it's easy and I did it for him? Or is he doing it because he really genuinely wants to see me? You'll never know if you're the one that's always making the plans. You have to let him do some of it so he can show you, does he mean it or does he not? And he does mean it, but he has to have that opportunity to show you. So that, and doing that as well also puts some of it on him. You cannot carry a connection by yourself. You can't. It'll burn you out. You'll get resentful and it won't work. That's perfect, Virgo goddess. Okay, great. Thank you so much for the super chat. Awesome. All right, I will do that. And then Kristen, I'll get to you after I get Virgo goddess done. Right. I've made it known that I'm interested, so it's not like he doesn't know. Exactly. Okay. It's not like you're going to turn him down, or you're going to blow him off. All right, let's see. So we will be doing another live tomorrow, you guys, at the same time. But Wednesday morning is a no. Hold on, I just want to go up for a second. Okay. I'll just put that responsibility on him. I just needed to be talked off the ledge. That's okay. It's a great time to reevaluate. Mercury retrograde is a great time to reassess, reevaluate, come up with different plans, reorganize, all those redoing, readjusting. Those are all perfect. It's favorable for that. Okay, let's see. Virgo goddess. Angels okay with the path that you've chosen to take. Let's see what they have to say about that. Ooh. You just want to come out. Hierophant reversed. 9 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. And Hermit. Okay. Okay, so Hierophant reversed and 3 of Pentacles. I feel like with you, you're doing something that's a little bit like not traditional, or not like you're walking to the beat of your own drum is what I'm hearing with this. You're following your own path. You're not really listening or copying somebody else or trying to do what somebody else is doing. You're paving your own way. And by doing that, it's attracting energies that are supportive, but it also repels the energies that aren't. So it's bringing in, I feel like you're going to have multiple people supporting you, or multiple situations, because this 3 of Pentacles to me is teamwork. So this could be, depending on what you do for work, this could be a partner, like a business partner, a work partner. This could be you just working on a team. It could be some kind of investor. There's something here with support from others about the work that you're doing and collaborating, and that is happening because of the path that you've chosen. And it's good people. It's something that you can count on. It's not an energy of the person or people are unreliable or have other motives or trying to do something to hurt or harm you. With the Eight of Pentacles, you're definitely on the path you're supposed to. Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work, effort. You're so welcome, Dark Vixen. Nine of Wands, though, I do feel like there's a little bit of it feels like you've had to really fight hard to get to where you are, and there's some wounds there that need to be healed. The Nine of Wands is very wounded warrior energy for me. So it's like you've had to work really hard to get to this. You've had to push. Maybe if it's the non-conforming thing, it's because you've had to like stand up to people about, no, this is what I want to do. And that can be exhausting. Maybe not feeling like people are really understanding of what you're doing. And that's also with the Hermit. You do your own thing. You do your own thing. But I do feel like with this pathway that you've chosen, with the way that you're going, with the direction that you're doing, by investing your energy and your time into it, you are clearing the previous wounding or the previous pain that has happened for you with work, with your career field. Like not being valued. I feel you were undervalued somewhere, not appreciated, in a place where, in a situation where it wasn't, there was like not a healthy situation. I do want to pull a few more of these. Yeah. You got the ring and the cross. I'll show you them in 1 second. I do feel like you're on the path that you're supposed to be in, but I also feel like you're sometimes questioning that. So you got ring, cross, and balance. Now, these are, for the cross, what I'm getting there is your spirits are supporting you. Like they are bringing you in the direction that you're supposed to go. They are guiding you, and it is supportive in a way that you're going to end up. This is another partnership thing I felt. But I also feel that there's some energy here as far as finding the closure or finding the healing, because circles are completion, finding the healing that you needed from this, from the wounding that I was talking about, getting there by staying on your course. It's really important, though, the guidance that they're talking about is making sure with the balance card, making sure that you don't wobble. And what I mean by wobble is take on too much or do too much or get so scattered that you can't follow through on a lot of your actual obligations because you're being pulled in too many directions. So streamlining things and really staying focused and grounded and patient, maybe making sure you're aware of like your mental health or your self-care time. Those kinds of things are really going to help you, because the Hermit is part of that too. It's part of the whole inner seeking, inner knowledge, listening to your guides, going within and really connecting with yourself, with your heart, with the energy and the knowledge that you've gained and learned, and knowing only you can make the decisions for your pathway that you are actually on. Okay, Kristen, you're next. And then any other members still here wanting to get a reading, because I am going to start wrapping up soon because I am actually getting hungry and I'm going to need some fuel. Kristen, just want to do a week look whenever. Week look in general, Kristen? What is this song? don't know. I'm on taxi duty for my daughter. The joys, haha. Wishing you a lovely rest of your day and thank you again. Okay, Rebel. Because it's out of unconditional love. I had to leave. You didn't do mine, did you? I actually just asked you, did you want me to do a general one? Am I looking at it in general? That I'm going to do, this is probably going to be the last one I'm going to do unless if anybody else asks. Because I'm starting to get tired because I'm hungry. You know, I think there might be a delay on my comments. Let me see. I don't know if it's me or if it's you guys. General for the week. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's a delay on my. Oh, no, it just came through. Okay. All right. All right. General for the week for Kristen. Six of Swords reversed. Hey, Rebel. Rebel, are you going to want a card pull? Because I am going to start wrapping up. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Judgment. Ah! Hold on. That was a fumble. Yes, please. Can I get a Mercury retrograde, please? Sure. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Okay, Rebel, I'll get you right after I'm doing Kristen's. If the cards will cooperate and give me two more. They might not want to give me two more. Jesus. Explorer of Wands reversed. And Explorer of Swords. Okay. Kristen, you're gonna have to make some choices this week. There's a lot of energy around communication and movement. Judgment, Six of Swords reversed, Explorer of Wands, Explorer of Swords. These are all communications or movement. Sure, Keisha. So Six of Swords reversed. This is trying to decide what direction you're going in. You're going to be faced with having to make choices and moving forward. And what are you going to do with that? And it could be work-wise, Nine of Pentacles reversed, or it could also just be support. Because Nine of Pentacles for me is the independent person, the person who does things on their own, who doesn't need anybody, who's able to stand on their own 2 feet, who has worked really hard to be where they are, and it says to slow down and appreciate it. And when it's in the reversal, it says you're not slowing down and appreciating it. So you might actually feel like you're working too hard. You might actually feel like you need to move forward, but you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're working so hard that you're not making any progress and you just don't know something needs to change. Oh, a tiny diny. Oh, weird. I don't know why. Cool. Cute. So I don't feel with you, Kristen, that I feel like you have a lot of thinking to do. I do. I feel like that with this Judgment card being the major arcana of the reading, it's definitely, you're going to have to decide where you want to go. You're going to have to decide. I'm not sure if this is work or if this is people around you. It could be people because of the Explorer cards. But I feel like you're going to have to decide if you want to keep moving on the same direction you have been, or if you're going to make a decision, make a choice, and try something different. Because with these two, it's almost like you're just being pushed hard. With this Explorer of Wands, this is like the Knight of Wands reversed. There is going to be some impulsive energy and communication that comes in that is going to upset you. Explorer of Swords is harsh communication. Especially with the impulsivity. There's going to be some stuff here that you're going to get frustrated about, and you're going to need to slow down and really think about things and not respond and not react right away, because I do feel like if you react emotionally, things could explode with all this. Again, this could be work or this could be outside of work. I'm not getting a clear direction here. It could be both, but you're definitely in this place where like it's time to make some choices, and only you can make those choices, and you have to listen to your guides and do it, because you're going to continue to feel like you're not going anywhere. You're going to continue to feel like you're spinning your wheels, because that's what this is. You're spinning your wheels and people aren't supporting you, and you're frustrated and you're having a hard time with enjoying things. So a decision has to be made to change that. And it's a heavy decision because it's a major arcana. So that's basically what it's feeling like right now. There could be some hard conversations coming up. So just be mindful and think about things before you speak up. Try not to react in the moment, because it could really go badly for you if you did. Okay, Rebel. You wanted a Mercury retrograde read. Sure. Keisha, if you don't mind, just because I was going to log off after Rebel and I didn't see yours, so I can do yours. Okay. Follow through on that. Don't just say it and do it. If you don't mind sending just a couple dollars, that would be greatly appreciated. Rebel, Mercury. I'm mad that I didn't get to see the tiny diny. I'm sorry, Rebel. I was looking down and I didn't see it. I know those are cute. All right. Rebel. What is Rebel? What does Rebel need to know for Mercury retrograde? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was on theme. What does Rebel need to know? The Mercury retrograde. Come on, cards. Why don't you want to give any messages? There we go. Okay. 3 of Swords. Tower. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles upright. Elder of Swords. Holy moly. Ace of Wands reversed. I want to pull another card on this Tower before I get going. So that's some stuff. Five of Swords reversed. Oh my lord. Tower came out again. All right. Let's see. Okay, so you got Three of Swords in the Tower. That came out first. Then you got Nine of Pentacles and the Elder of Swords, which is the King of Swords. And then you got the Ace of Wands reversed, finally. So I feel like what's happening here, and I pulled a clarifier for the Tower, and you got Five of Swords reversed for the Tower. So I feel like what's going on here is there's going to be some moments that you're going to struggle, obviously. You're going to struggle with emotions. You're going to struggle with speaking your truth. You're going to struggle with the progress that you've made. As for the Tower, I feel like it's more of a mindset than it is an action, because of the Five of Swords that came out with it. Because the Five of Swords, to me, in the reversal is about not being selfish, not having conflict. It's about being cooperative. It's about working with others and trying to work through things. So I do feel like there's going to be something that's going to change the way that you're seeing things, that's going to be surprising to you. And it could be a person gives you the opportunity to heal, or it could be something really disappoints you. I'm not getting the clear, and I don't want you to get freaked out because everything is always in flux. But the Nine of Pentacles and the Elder of Swords, to me, this is you stepping into your own. This is you not needing other people. This is you being independent lady. This Nine of Pentacles has come out a lot today. It just wants to talk. This is you stepping into, especially with the King of Swords, the Elder of Swords. It's kind of like you know your value, you know your worth, you know your boundaries. You're going to cut anybody off that screws with it. You're not going to put up with it anymore. You're not going to let anything affect your peace. Because to me, this is your peace. This is you having peace. So you're not going to let anything take your peace from you. You're just going to cut it off. And that may happen where you have to do that and it hurts. I do feel that it's important to not react. Again, the reaction thing, the Ace of Wands in the reversal to me is, it's a couple. Ace of Wands in the reversal to me is like getting overworked up, or being in a space of not clearly thinking, like very passionate, but sometimes it's like a heavy negative passionate, like being angry, overly emotional, like very fueled by emotion. And it's also possibly being involved in a physical way with somebody that isn't the best, or, and I don't mean a fight, I mean like a physical sleeping together, or just feeling lackluster. This feels kind of heavy for you, honey. I hope that it does feel like a progress, though, a transformation. So it feels like by the time you get to the other side, something isn't as exciting for you as it once was. And it's probably a connection, but it might just be a change of the way that you see things, a change of perspective. Because this, I really want to say, it's like you're looking at things differently. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of inner, like almost shadow work. It feels like some stuff is going to come up that's going to bring up shadow work for you. And it'll be challenging. But ultimately, it'll be something that you really grow from. Does that make sense? I know that feels really heavy. We can look at it again if you'd like to at some point. Keisha, you still there? Yes, it makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to wrap up. Where's my chat? Why can't I see chat? Where's my chat? Why can't I see chat? No. Keisha. Yeah. Sure, Rebel. Did you want like a general one? Did you want a love one? Did you want a moon card? What would you like? Because I'm waiting to hear if Keisha's still here. Because I am wanting to get going. Love. Okay. Woo! I just dropped closed off, guarded, and resistance, but I think that was just a fumble. I don't think that was for you. What does she need to know? Oh, you're welcome, Virgo Goddess. I don't think I saw that you said thank you. I probably didn't answer you because I don't believe I saw it. I'm sorry, but you are so welcome if you're still here. Okay. You think, right? Detachment, cold, twin flames. Yeah. Hold on. Let me try a different tactic. You got that card last week. And there's a lot of cards in that deck. We're going to try a totally different deck. This is another oracle. Number 40, Sacred Fool. I don't know if I've ever seen this card before. It's interesting. The twin flame one. So what I'm feeling around this, when I look at it, it feels like, I mean, it's almost similar. Like, look at the you need a detachment, right? There's like a puppet here that's standing out that needs to be, the strings need to be cut. I feel like for you, that's probably a lot of what's going to be happening. The strings to other people that make you decide where you're going to go. And it's not that that's going to be it's going to be a mindset. It's going to be the way that you approach things. So I feel like, and that fits with the detachment piece. It's almost like, I feel like you've made decisions not even being aware that you're doing it, like subconsciously made decisions or did things or said things that you thought you wanted, but you were really doing it because of somebody else, because somebody else wanted it, or their energy influenced you, or it would make them happy, and you didn't realize it, but that's what you did. And I feel like that is coming to a close. Like you're done doing things that make other people happy, and you're going to be doing things that make you happy. And there could be some times where it comes across kind of bitchy, or where it comes across kind of detached, or it comes across like selfish, like, no, I'm going to do me. I feel like with this being the Sacred Fool, it's because it's interesting because the puppet is a king. I don't know if you can see it, but it's wearing a crown. It feels like to me, because if you think about king and queens, like medieval times, the jester, the joker, the fool was the person that was the clown that made everybody laugh. That was their job, to make the king and the queen laugh. And the king and the queen would treat them, like a slave. They would treat, of course, generally speaking, I'm not talking about every single king and queen, but generally speaking, this joker, this jester was a slave and was under the control of the king and the queen. And this is the roles are reversed. The roles are reversed. The fool, yeah, that's my job, making people laugh and making other people happy. That's interesting. So the fool is now in charge. That is what I feel like is going to be happening. Not that you're the fool, but I feel like there's going to be some role reversals here where you've been the one that has kind of made choices for other people's happiness, that you've kind of conformed sometimes, or just gone with the flow, or gone along with things because it felt easier. But now it's like, no, I'm in charge. I have the control of what I want to do. I'm not going to be guided. I'm going to be the guide. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. So I feel like that is what is going to be coming up for you. It's just a different mindset, a different outlook, a different approach to how you usually handle things. And it's stepping more into your heart. So I don't feel like it's going to be bad. I feel like you're just stepping more into your own confidence is the majority of that. Yeah, and that twin flame coming up again when you pulled it in my last reading. Yeah, and I mean, you know how many cards there are. You can see them. There's only one twin flame card. You can even go and watch the flip through if you wanted to on the YouTube channel. There's literally only one twin flame card in this entire deck. So I don't even know how many cards are in this deck. I'm not sure, but there's a lot. So for that to come out again, that's kind of crazy. So it's you working on your journey is, I feel like, what that's about. And that's going to shift a lot of interactions with others. It's going to ripple into all areas of your life. I hope that makes sense. All right, Keisha, honey, I have not heard back from you. So I am actually going to wrap up. Because I wanted to sign off 20 minutes ago. You're so welcome, Rebel. So I'm gonna get off of TikTok. I will be back on tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow around the same time, 10 a.m. EST time. Bye for now. Good. I'm glad it did. I'm glad. And YouTube, I'm going. I'll see you guys all on the flip side.